Everyone, everything is now working better with YouTube. I do apologize for the issue there, and we can talk about the game at halftime. So, let's get back into this. My apologies for everyone that was watching over on YouTube, also over on X and Twitch. We had some technical issues, and I do appreciate that you're still sticking with me during this fixture this evening. Just make sure that you comment along as well to get involved with the podcast. Don't worry about myself over there just saying hi. That was me just testing the stream. So please make sure that you comment along in the stream and I can react with you live as we go through this. Hopefully everything works. Yep, that seems to be working fine now. Make sure that you do watch the stream as well. Do apologize that the stream was stuffed up over on YouTube. So also again to the X users and Twitch users that were watching, do apologize about that as well. There were some issues with the YouTube. Now, the big talk of the half time is that we are down 1-0, even though we have been played pretty poorly, to put it as nice as possible. We haven't played absolutely dismal, but we way below our best. It wasn't really till the last 5-10 minutes that we really started to get a few things going. Please make sure that you do comment along in the live chat. I will be able to actual comment and react with you guys live now over on YouTube as well, due to the fact that everything is now working as it should. Uh, Thank you to everyone that stayed with the podcast during this stream, as it has been a bit of a pain in the backside. Now we've got the comments. Ballum, yep, everything's now working again. So hello. Do apologize to everyone during the stream. Don't know what the issue was now. So um, yeah, just the stream just wasn't working, which is really odd. I normally like to um, get everything up and working, but the first chat worked, which was really weird. And then the stream cut out after 2 minutes, and then I did a restream, but then the stream was still working, but it wasn't showing up anything on the YouTube viewers. It wasn't showing up for the chat, so there was a lot of chat going on. I do apologize that I couldn't interact with you all and see it. And it's all working now as it should, as you can see on the right hand side of your screens where you're watching this. That the chat is now working. And to apologize to all the Twitch and X users that were watching the stream as well. We did have to get that fixed over there for uh, the YouTube viewers as well. So now that everything is all fine and dandy as it should, we can actually get into the podcast the way it should be with this watch along. So please make sure that you do comment along and I'll interact with you live. I'm going to go over some halftime stats as we've had some problems uh, during the game and also during this. So, yes, Ballum, I'm going to probably butcher the name again, but it's Hakan Callahan Goglu. To say it however I can say it. I had what's his name? Nima Rudari. Oh, far out. Sorry, Nima, I've butchered your name, man. As you know, if you are watching this stream, it's 7:27 in the morning for me. I've had stuff all sleep, to put it nicely, and I'm actually drinking some Red Bulls today. So trying some new flavors. They're not that great, or at least the first one that I've had isn't the greatest. So he is definitely it is definitely a mouthful name. Um, Refer to him as Hakan as a simpler way. Most likely is probably the best way until I can perfect the tongue, so to speak, and get that correctly. And yes, I did see that social media post about Ange Postecoglou. Um, I did comment along actually with that as well, due to look, even though I'm basically got nothing but German family and relatives, I was born here, so there is a little bit to do with me being Australian, so to speak. Australian by birth is what I say, although I don't really have a lot of Australian values, or I guess you could say it's more European, German to be exact. So, growing up with my family, and it's always good to see that the Australian players getting on board and managers as well, putting Australia on the map on the global stage. I do feel that we probably should be focusing more so on world football instead of our local codes. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, good day, Bellum. For me, it's a day. Yeah, at the moment, Wednesday morning, 7:28 a.m., and then I've got work this evening as well. So very long day for me. Been up since about 4, and we'll go from there. Welcome to everyone who's just joining the stream. Sorry, apologies for any messes around that you have been watching this stream. If you're one of the returning viewers over on X as well, and also on Twitch. If you join in the stream, there were some issues with the YouTube chat, so I couldn't interact or even see the YouTube counter. So we had a fair few people over on YouTube that was trying to chat and get involved, and I couldn't see it. Basically, I thought that it was still working after the stream kinked out for 2 minutes, but then everything is now working as it should. So, Balaam, do you have a pet kangaroo? No. I've heard about that. Like as in, like it's a Australian. Oh, I don't know what you should say. People say it to us Australians that do we ride kangaroos to work or something like that, and all this other thing. I've never understood it from a perspective of living here, but no, I haven't got a pet kangaroo. They're actually quite territorial, so if you actually had a pet kangaroo, most likely it would attack you as well. They're not one of those pets that, or I should say animals that you want to have as a pet. So yeah, it is not something that you want to do. There are some zoos that actually have just nothing but kangaroos, and they just jump around basically or hop around, whatever. And that's actually quite good to see them. You could even go up and actually feed them as well, feed them pellets and things like that. I did it as a kid, as a tourism thing, so it's not quite good. Um, Balaam, last night for you, I missed you going offline and only tagged you in 10 minutes later. You went to yep, yep. Yeah, so welcome back to all the viewers throughout the live stream. I do apologize. I have the technical issues this evening. Also, we've also got some issues for RB Leipzig. Currently, just unable to really go forward and get anything. Just going over some of the statistics now. The possession was at its worst, 71% for Inter Milan. They've now dropped it down back to 52%, but we've still been outplayed over the whole park. We've had 7 total shots to 2. I should say that's Inter Milan 7 total shots. And it took us a good 30 minutes, I think, to get our first shot on goal. 28 minutes to be exact, which was a left foot from the corner from Lekeba that missed to the far left of Jan Sommer. And we've had 3 corners. It did take us at least, what have we got here? 28 minutes to get that first corner, which is when the first shot was taken from Lekeba. And that was also the first time that we had a shot on target as well. So 28 minutes to get a first shot, it just says it all. We did slowly claw our way back into the game and start getting into being able to play our game of football, I guess you could say. There was a couple of good breaks as well. Openda got a break, and there was a yellow card as well because of that. Due to him being pulled back. And that was being pulled back by Benjamin Pavard that ended up getting injured not long after. And then we also had Christoph Baumgartner booked as well in the 35th minute. Just tried to tackle a player and slid in, just got nothing but the player. Didn't get the studs or anything like that. It was just pretty much of ankle or shin colliding together with both players. And also booked was Alessandro Bastoni for Inter Milan as well. Very different to find out if we're going to get anything from this game. We're still in it. Very difficult though. And let's put up the banner because the news is Inter Milan is 1 to RBL nil. However, it's an own goal that sees Inter Milan in front, as that own goal was from Castello Lecaba, which came off the inside of his right boot and went into the back of the net from a corner from Inter Milan. Hi, Bellum again. I think if they lose to Wolfsburg, he could leave. So I believe this is about Marco Rosa. Once RBL co-host Kloppo comes in as head of football in Red Bull, he will not be happy and might have a discussion with Marco about long-term plans. Yeah, look, I've said a couple of things on the latest RBL Talk podcast with the RBL Talk segment with what the fans have said. Uh, a lot of fans are really quite annoyed with him, and also to cut it short before the game gets underway here in Milan, that I give him until January earliest will be the earliest they get rid of him would be January, but most likely he'll probably be sticking around at least to end of season. As a nutshell, let's get back underway in the second half as RBL start with possession. Hopefully, we can keep up possession. If you are just joining in, I do apologize for the technical difficulties that we've had this evening with the stream. The YouTube viewers weren't able to participate in the live chat, so I had to do the stream fix at half time. Everything seems to be working fine at the moment, and Inter Milan already go forward. And oh wow, okay, so it looks to be. I'm not too sure if it was Martinez or if it was. Let's have a quick look here on the on the Dumfries. That's the one. I was going to say on the break here, but Dumfries gets the ball and then he goes one shot and it goes to the right of the goal towards Galachi's left and just misses everything. First time touch though, gets a little bit of a bobble. Very lucky there. I think if we manage to get a point from this one, we'll be very, very lucky. Looks like Inter are going to make a change very shortly as well. Yeah, definitely had technology problems, Ballum, unfortunately, with the stream for those that people only just realizing now or coming in. Thank you very much for participating and also getting involved with the live stream throughout the technical difficulties this evening. Um, I'm not too sure what the issue was specifically, but everything all now seems to be fine and dandy for this second half. So I can assure you that the stream itself wasn't a only one half stream. I didn't wake up late or anything like that. I was awake, but everything is working. And also, Bellum says Italian league is an interesting one. Different winners last few years. Napoli other year and AC Milan not long ago. Yeah, correct. And I do believe that Inter also won the Serie A last season as well. Hello, UFC Football 2024. Do apologize that we've had some problems this evening. So it says here we have to beat ourselves in every single UCL game minus Liverpool. Yeah, correct. Absolutely. So we've basically been the our worst enemy, and that's really odd as well when you come to think of it. You know that during this fixture alone, it's all the problems that we've had so far. Although Inter have been good, we haven't actually been able to. I guess you could say that we should be not making mistakes that we keep making, and it's just simple ones as well. So I do apologize to you and all the ex-viewers as well, and also the viewers over on Twitch that we had some technical difficulties, so we were unable to get the chat going for the YouTube viewers. And now that the YouTube viewers can finally participate in the chat, um, everything is all the way it should. And no, you did not just. I didn't wake up late or anything like that and miss out only on half a stream of football. But it is what it is. I woke up on time and we had some technical difficulties with the streaming software for some reason, as Inter Milan nicked the ball off of, I believe that was Haidara's boot, and that was Lautaro Martinez, the Inter captain, winning back possession. As we drop off at the moment, I'd like to see us press a bit more. I know Inter are very dangerous if we press too high up the pitch, but we're actually sitting back quite well here, with the back four just sitting not too far past the line. Sorry, I should say the box. Lataro gets around some players and passes to his offsider in Demarco by the look of it. The ball's just bouncing around at the moment. And wow, we actually get out of jail there. We managed to get a block. We just need to really go at this and get it to the halfway line, and then we lose possession with it looks to be Andre Silva getting dispossessed down on the right hand touchline. And yes, Ballum, Wolfsburg are a Volkswagen car company team. If you'd also like to participate in the chat with yourselves, you're more than welcome to participate in the chat with yourselves. You can chat on any platform, and everyone can see it over on the right hand side of the screen. So if you'd also like to chat amongst other people, you're more than happy to do that as well. We currently have the ball in our attacking third at the moment, up on the left hand side. So this is good to see. Just need to cross in, and that comes in now, but goes straight to the defense. Excuse me. And it is eaten up by the Inter defense, and they get a free kick for their troubles. With Andre Silva, just I believe that was Bastoni that he's knocked there. Also found Mr. Hakan as well. I'm going to say Hakan. And yes, Ballum, I am drinking Red Bull today. It is the only energy drink that I do drink. So the missus actually brought some new flavors, and I can tell you, and Red Bull obviously don't pay me or anything like that. Although some people say that they do because, well, how can RB Leipzig podcast even exist, not alone in English? But no, I'm not a Red Bull employee, that's for sure. The watermelon flavor tastes like cough medicine. I wouldn't drink it. It's cough medicine in Australia, I should say. The green one, the which is dragon fruit, that's actually not bad. That being said, I actually do like dragon fruit, so it's a difficult actual fruit to eat as well. Inter Milan currently have the ball just at the halfway line as they've just crossed it now down the left hand side, passing between themselves. A 3-5-2 is actually not a bad formation, especially if you transition well in defense and you just make yourself a traditional 4-4-2. Or you could even transition yourself into because the 3-5-2 can go in so many ways. You can go to a 3-4-3, you can go to the 4-4-2, you can even flood someone back as well. It's actually one of those my favorite formations to use if you play FIFA or football club or football manager or anything like that. And Hakan takes a shot at goal, very far out, but Galachi behind it all the way. Besides the issues that we've had so far this evening, everything is actually working well. I don't expect any more issues going forward. What I'll do is I'll have to make sure that all the chats are working just beforehand. I think it might have just been an issue with YouTube or something like that. As yeah, sometimes it does happen. Yeah, Bellum, I haven't found that pink one yet, mate. I said something to the missus the other day when we were at Costco, which is an American company. Obviously, everyone should know Costco, and that's normally where I get it. Get the Red Bull drinks. I buy like a pack of 24 of the normal size, and it lasts forever because I don't drink them very often. Back onto this game though, however, and RBL was trying to get out of, or I should say, Inter was trying to get out of defense with RBL fouling them to stop their attack. And it was Baumgartner again who has already been booked. So he just needs to be very careful there. Would like to see some changes soon. And one of those would be Benjamin Sesko coming on the pitch. Funny enough, I'd probably take off Lewis Openda, as although Lewis Openda has had some couple of good breaks and he is very dangerous on the counter attack, I don't think going forward or in this game he would be the best option at the moment. As Benjamin Sesko is also very fast and good on a counter attack as well. He can dribble the ball like Lewis Openda, but he's also more physical and doesn't go to ground as easily as Lewis Openda does. So going forward, I would like to see that happen. Just that swap change of Openda and Sesko. Let me know who you think you would like to put on the pitch. Drop those comments down below wherever you are watching this, and welcome to all new viewers. Apologies for any issues that you've received this evening if you are a returning viewer to the live stream. No, I didn't do a half game live stream. We had some technical issues with YouTube. The first stream stopped itself automatically for some reason 2 minutes in. I did the restream and then it wasn't showing up the chat or anything like that for all the viewers over on YouTube. So they've probably been stuffed around a little bit with the YouTube stream there. So very disappointing this evening. That being said, we're here now. Let's enjoy it. At the moment, Inter Milan are just playing around in their defensive third. RBL pressing well, and now there's a gap for Zelensky, who streams forward, crosses the ball, or I should say, switches the ball to the right hand side to Dumfries, who crosses in, and a header just over the crossbar and out of reach by Peter Galacci. Yeah, I like that, Bellum. Uh, you simply had a low key software issue with apps, etc. Technology world problems. Yeah, pretty much. I've never had an issue with this software at the moment, which is EVMux, which I'm using. Um, I used to use StreamYard, but their prices are just absolutely insanity now. So going forward, I wanted to start using this software, and yeah, it works perfectly fine. And Antonio Nusa with a beautiful run from the defensive third all the way to the middle of the park. And now we've just switched play a bit, although we've got what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players back from Inter. And now we're a bit stagnated. We have to now pass through them, which is something I don't see us doing a lot often. We can't pass through teams press. That's probably one place that I'd like to see us improve, is actually being able to pass through presses. That being said, when we do have Xavi Simons back, he does bring players away from or out of that press, so it makes it easier for us to go forward. As Marco Rosa is making a couple of changes with Asan Odrago and Benjamin Sesko going to come onto the pitch. Would like to see the changes now, coming into the 58th minute. I think personally, what's going to happen with the next live streams is that uh, do look out for them, especially over on YouTube. You can still like and follow it to make sure that you do get notified. But I'll send a special chat, so to speak, just from my own personal account, just to make sure that the chat is working. And then once the chat is working, I'll make sure I go live with that stream. If not, I'll close it off, republish it, and go from there. That way, there's less issues going forward. However, I don't know why I randomly kicked out in the first 2 minutes. Now, this change should hopefully be made coming into the 59th minute as Willie Orban gets the throw in. However, it looks to be no, it's going to be Gertruda that's going to do the throw in, and they're going to wait just one more minute by the looks of things to do the change. Very good throw from Gertruda, which goes very far past the halfway line, and Openda fouls the Inter defender there in Bisek and gives away a free kick, and the attack is thwarted very quickly. It doesn't look like that Benjamin Sesko's coming on. Looks to be Asano Drago and Nicholas Seiwald. So wrong decision there from Marco Rosa. I'm not very impressed. Benjamin Sesko should be coming onto the pitch. Who would you bring on? Let me know. Make sure you drop those in the comments wherever you are watching this, whether you're watching this on X, YouTube, or over on Twitch. Might be a triple change. Benjamin Sesko is coming onto the pitch. So Marco Rosa has heeded the call all the way from Australia. It's definitely going to be a different change as we don't normally do triples. Let's see who comes off. So it looks like Baumgartner's coming off. Haidara and Andre Silva. So Silva for Shesko, which I would have taken off Openda. Haidara for Seiwald, that will be in the middle there. That's not too bad of a change. And Odrago will change with Baumgartner. So that's the change that I would have started with. Baumgartner off and starting Asan Odrago from the beginning. Let's see what this young man can do. Going into the 62nd minute, still 1-0. Let me know what your score predictions are in the comments below, whether you're watching this on Twitch, on X, or over on YouTube. I don't think there'll be any formation change or anything like that. Having said that, though, I wouldn't mind us actually changing our formation a little bit on the fly. That being said, with a 3-5-2, it's very difficult to win the middle of the park battle when it's already crowded with 5 players. If I do remember correctly, you could possibly, if you play with a diamond formation of I think it's a 4-5-1, you could possibly get around it depending on how the other team is actually set up. Good to see us being a little bit more, I should say, proactive, I would say, going forward. Still unable to get any decent attempts on goal or anything like that. But we're just looking a little bit more threatening and a little bit more, I guess, desire to win the ball and also actually get a goal and try to salvage this game and get some sort of points in the competition. As Inter string forward, Barella has the ball down on the left-hand side in the box. Seiwald is dancing with him. There's going to be a cross coming in. Zelensky goes for a shot. It's blocked. And it's going to be a free kick for handball in the box, but it's going to RB Leipzig for Zelensky. Nope. Nope. Zelensky just kicks the ball into the interesting. I wouldn't actually have called that a handball. His hands actually were in a decent position. I'm going to take it though. I should say his arms were in a decent position there. If you're watching this over on YouTube, let me know and make sure that the chat is working. It does seem to be working perfectly fine now. Do apologize for any inconvenience that you have received this evening. The same thing with all the Twitch and X viewers as well. Do apologize for any of the issues there that you've had to go through as well, having to go through at least 2 or 3 streams this evening for tonight's coverage. As Inter Milan now makes some changes, Marcus Thuram is going to be coming on, and Augusto is coming on as well for Inter Milan. Going into this 66-minute now, as the changes have now been completed and made by both sides. It still remains that the own goal from Castello Lequeba is the difference between the two, as RBL are actually in possession at the moment, still struggling to get around or through the press of Inter Milan. And Odrago's gone down. He's going to get some treatment. Hopefully, there's no major injury there. He was running with the ball, almost slipped over. And then, nope, he's going to be injured. He's going to be coming off, I reckon. So he was running. He was running with the ball. He looked to almost lose his balance. And then he goes to keep past, run the ball and pass. And he's fallen and he's gone down. I'm going to say he's popped a hamstring. Just by the looks of things, because his knee was structurally fine. However, that being said, he also had a recent knee injury, so he may have also tweaked his previous injury. That's going to be the next headline. There we go. Odrago injured soon after coming on. For those that don't know, the 1-0 is also the own goal from Casado Lequeba, for those of you who are just joining in and have just missed that headline. So it does look like Asan Odrago will be out for several weeks at least, maybe months, as he's currently getting treatment on the touchline. As Kevin Campbell takes a shot far from goal and could have almost gotten us back into this game. Going into the 68th minute here. And it looks to be Arthur Vermeeren is going to be the player that comes onto the pitch for Asan Odrago, which is going to be interesting to say the least. If it was me, I'd be bringing Amadou Haidara forward into the central attacking midfielder role where Odrago is. That being said, I do believe he's actually been taken off the pitch. So it'd be Kevin Campbell that will go into that position. And there's no free kick there. That's interesting. First save from Jan Sommer, and he keeps RB Leipzig out and keeps the goal 1-0. Very nice shot there in the box. I do not believe I got the actual player of who it was, so I'll have to go have a look there, as it looked to be from the left hand side. Vigo Gibbo was going to get onto the pitch. That being said, it's going to be, like I stated, Arthur Vermeeren. Coming into the 71st minute, as we still hold possession currently down in our defensive third. Into pressing quite well. We do get through that press. We've got the last 20 minutes, and RBL need to get a wriggle on. Beautiful run there from Seiwald. Cross comes in, gets deflected and cleared away from Inter. And now they're on the break with only 2 players back for RB Leipzig as the reinforcements desperately come back. And a nice pass to the back post, and Thuram can't get it in. Goes straight over the crossbar. Peter Galacci does not need to get a touch. And it looks to be almost lights out for RBL, but there is still life left. As Antonio Nusa had our best chance, having a nice shot in the box. However, Jan Sommer does get that save. Coming into the 72nd minute now. And the biggest news of the evening is that Asan Odrago came on for just a couple of minutes and he was injured soon after coming on. For me, it looked like it might have been a hamstring injury as he was running and then he looked to almost fall over, and it looked like he might have tweaked something at the back there, having his hand go towards the back of him. That being said, he's only just coming back from a knee injury, and it could be a tweaking of the first and original injury. There'll be more updates on that as soon as I get them during this live stream or in the next podcast episode of the RBL Talk podcast. As we go into the 73rd minute, as Barella fouls Luis Openda, and Marco Rosa books himself, gets a yellow card. Yeah, Ballum, I do agree. 5 changes rule is actually better. Um, Considering that we've basically made all our swaps already, we can't do any more. But really, why would you? It's now or never, as we still have possession. We just can't get through that press. We do change the ball quite well over to the left-hand side with Benny Henriks as we go into our attacking third to Nusa, which I would like to see get more of the ball, to be honest. Sesko is on the pitch for Andre Silva. And we currently have the ball just almost at the middle of the park, just in the contested middle half, and we're going to load up again for another attack. Yeah, Marco Rosa does like his yellow cards, He also likes sitting with fans. For those that remember the Bayer Leverkusen fixture early on this season in the Bundesliga. We still currently have the ball up at the attacking third on the left hand side as Openda throws the ball in. Just need to start passing through this press. Even if we have to switch play, which is happening as we speak, with Campbell passing to Orban down to Gertruda. Let me know what your thoughts are so far of this game this evening and also what your score predictions are. Welcome to all new viewers as well watching this stream. Do apologize for all technical difficulties that has happened throughout this stream this evening. That being said, we still have at least 15 minutes of play that we're going to have here and, of course, of uninterrupted stream. Game needs to be restarted as the official gets in the way, and that leaves the option for Inter Milan to make a couple of changes, with Mkhitaryan coming onto the pitch and Martinez and Hakan come off. Mkhitaryan and another player, I can't get the name of it just at this time, coming onto the pitch. I do believe that is Ranatovic, I believe. Game restarts with RBL in possession. Really need to try and get an equaliser here. We've managed to get through some of the press, and we win ourselves a throw in with Sesko shielding the ball quite well in the attacking third for RB Leipzig. For those of you that are just joining in to the live stream, welcome to the live stream watch along of the UEFA Champions League of Inter Milan versus RB Leipzig. Apologies for all technical difficulties if you've been with us through this evening. And if you've just joined us, there's been some issues this evening over on YouTube chat. So it wasn't saying that we had any viewers, wasn't saying that we had any chats or anything like that. So the chat over there on the right wasn't working. If you would like to chat amongst yourselves, you're more than welcome to as well, even if you're chatting from other platforms. And at the moment, Inter Milan are 1-0 in front from a Castello Lekeba own goal as it came off the inside of his right boot from a corner kick. And the biggest news of this game so far is that Asan Odrago has come on the pitch and just minutes later had to be forcefully taken off as he was injured. Looks to be a possible hamstring injury, although it could also be a retweaking of his knee. Osano Drago was running with the ball and then he sort of slipped over, or almost slipped over, and that's where the damage was done. It looked like he was going to touch the back of his right hamstring, or I should say left hamstring from the footage, and that's why I'm led to believe that it might be a hamstring injury. That being said, now, coming into the 79th minute into this fixture, we're getting ourselves another corner kick from the right hand side, where there's been around about 7 corners so far taken from that exact spot. Most of those from Inter Milan in the first half, as Kevin Campbell takes a short corner kick. Delivery in. Goes back out. Noosa with the ball. Cross the ball, son. Noosa, Campbell, and Seiwald playing with each other. And by that, I mean passing with each other. Don't take that out of context. Penda has Penda has the ball. No, Gertruda had the ball. My apologies. It was passing to a Penda. And Inter Milan are defending very, very hard at the moment. Noose has the ball, goes for a cross, and it was very poor. Really need to press to make sure they don't get out, and gives away a free kick. And that free kick given away was from Nicholas Seiwald. And RB Leipzig have the ball back again, and a foul will be, I was going to say, taken. A foul is done by Inter Milan on Latrell Gertruda as he goes to start the attack, and it gets dragged back down from the Inter defender. I should say Inter attacker. So far, RB Leipzig are starting to get more possession of the ball, and this has been really weird. Well, I mean, not really weird from an RBL perspective, as everyone that has been following and watching RB Leipzig games for quite some time now, especially this season, has noticed that we tend to work ourselves into the games. We play very poorly or play underperform in the first half, and we normally play a lot better as the game develops. But normally we are either in games like this in the Champions League, we're too far behind, or we are behind, and then we can't get back into these fixtures. We do have the ball currently, though, just before our attacking third. We're just passing it from left to right now, going across the face of goal, as it looks to be Vermeeren on the right hand side with Gertruda. We just can't get that final pass as Inter now get a break. Oh, wow. Dumfries almost falls over himself after getting a lovely pass in the box, and RBL are on a break. There's only one player back, though, with five defenders. And Apenda's cross was very loopy to Gertruda, which gives more time for Inter Milan to come back. That pass should have been as hard and as low as possible. Nusa has the ball currently in the box on the left-hand side, dispossessed, and looks to be Inter Milan back again on a break with Barella streaming through the San Siro. Now Inter have the ball on the right-hand side, and thankfully RBL are back enough to make them think again, and now they're just passing the ball in the middle of the park with their back three defenders. Coming into the 83rd minute now, score still 1-0. RB Leipzig are looking more threatening as the game is progressing, but they're just lacking that little final pass at the moment, as much as we've been trying. Pretty much unlucky to lose this game if we do 1-0 due to the own goal from Castello Lecaba in and around the 27th minute mark. And that came from a cross down from the right hand side at the other end in the first half. The cross came in, and Castello Lecaba touched the ball on the inside of his right boot, and it deflected in for a goal. But the biggest story, as you can see down the bottom there, is Odrago injured soon after coming on. Changes were made around the 60th minute mark in this second half from Marco Rosa. Asano Drago came onto the pitch and tweaked, by the look of it, either his knee re-injuring it, or from my perspective, it was a hamstring, as he was dribbling with the ball. It looked to almost fall over, and it looked like he was grabbing at his left hamstring. There'll be more updates and news on that as that story develops. Lukeba gets himself a booking to stopping Thuram going forward on goal. A tactical foul, as you will. For those of you that are joining in to this live stream, what do you like the look? Do you like the look of the new overlays that I have prepared leading up to this live stream? As Gertruda comes off for Vigo Gebel, now the young 17-year-old who just had his birthday just several days ago. I don't like that we only put him on for a few minutes, and so to me, we're wasting this young lad's talent. If you were going to make that change, you should have put him on when Drago was injured and given him more time to play. Because now putting him onto the pitch, and what are you going to play him as a right back where Gertruda was? Otherwise, there's going to be a formation change with a back three going for a 3-4-3. Coming into the final 4 minutes of the game, coming into the 86th minute, possession has been back and forth between both sides as Leipzig go forward, and we get ourselves a corner kick, hopefully able to do something about it. Really need to start getting this equaliser soon, otherwise we will still be without any points in the UEFA Champions League this season after 5 match days. The corner's coming in from the left-hand side from Kevin Campbell, who has been one of the best players this evening. The corner's taken short, and it's to Noosa. And the cross that comes in again by Campbell, it was easily deflected and cleared by the Inter defenders. And looks to be Gebel is playing as a right back, gets the ball and gives up possession. The young lad, completely played out of position by Marco Rosa. Definitely going to be having to put that as the headline, as I don't know why you would play the young 17-year-old attacking midfielder as a right back. That is one of the most stupidest things I've ever seen in world football. We currently do have possession, with Gebel did getting the ball to Seiwald, and Seiwald loses possession and then gives away a foul as well, coming into the 89th minute. Looks like Jan Sommer's going to be taking the free kick, as it was close to goal. Also, a little bit of time wasting, so to speak. And his actual clearance goes all the way out and gives back possession to RBL as Nicholas Seibold will now bring it in via a throw in right next to the managers on the touchline. Let me know what did you think of the game as well before we close off this stream, although there is still a few minutes left plus added time in this fixture. The key points at the moment is that Asan Odrago was injured moments after coming on the pitch as he dribbled the ball, and he looked like he tweaked either his hamstring or a re-injuring of his original knee injury that kept him out from the start of the season. And then there was the 1-0 up from Inter Milan. That was an own goal from Castello Lecaba from a corner kick as it hit the inside of his right boot into goal. As there is now going to be 4 minutes of added time. So RBL have 4 minutes now to just get something from this game and try to salvage and get some points in the competition. Oh, wow. It's going to be 2-0. There you go. Messi at the back. Messi at the back. Messi at the back. Oh, wow. It's actually offside. Can you believe it? We're still going to be losing this game. That being said, Caseo Lecaba gets himself dispossessed with Thuram getting the ball. And then he passes to Mkhitaryan, who goes to score a goal. However, the goal was disallowed due to a foul, funny enough, with Thuram giving a foul away on Casella Lecaba as they jostled for position. Now, I'm not too sure about that. It didn't really look like too much of a foul, but I'm definitely going to be taking that. That being said, Inter are still pushing as they go forward again in the second minute of added time of 4 minutes. A pass from Mkhitaryan goes out for a goal kick, and RBL have just shy of 2 minutes to get this equalising goal in the San Siro. It's going to be now or never as RBL do have the ball and they give it away again as Kevin Campbell gives it away and it's gone out for a goal kick though. Or is it a corner? Nope, it's a goal kick as it looks to come off of Thuram instead of Casale Lecaba. RB Leipzig have just under a minute and 30 seconds to get this equalising goal. Yes, you're welcome, Ballum. Thank you very much for your chat this evening and for sticking with the stream, especially due to the issues over there with YouTube from the beginning. Coming into the last minute now. And I do believe that we will be losing this one, as there is a throw in from Benjamin Henriks on the left hand side. And that will most likely be it as we do try to go forward with Kevin Campbell. But it'll probably be for naught as we need to really get this last ball in. And it just gets deflected and straight into a Inter player. And that will be pretty much all she wrote this evening. Although RBL do have the ball back with 10 seconds left, Nusa has the ball, is the one that you'd want to have the ball with. To Campbell, goes in, and nothing. It's gone out for a corner kick. Corner kick in the dying embers of the game. Let's see what will happen with this one. And it looks like the official has called full time, even though there was a corner kick to be taken. But it is 1-0 for Inter Milan, with the own goal from Castello Lecaba being the winner for Inter Milan. Now, thank you to everyone who has joined through the coverage and even the people that are coming through the coverage. Let me know what your thoughts of the game, the biggest issues were. And the main one is that Ordrago was taken out after a couple of minutes as he was injured just a few minutes coming on. It looked to be either re-injuring of his original injury that kept him out of the start of the season, as in the US Tour preseason he did a knee injury. He's either re-injured that or he's tweaked his hamstring, as when he was dribbling the ball he looked to almost fall over and almost looked to grab and touch his left hamstring or the back of it. So it also could have been a knee injury. However, he seemed to structurally be fine, and most likely, I would say he's popped a hamstring, but there's no uh, certainty of that, so to speak. There'll be more updates when I get them, either on this live stream or during the RBL podcast coming up in a day or so. And the only goal scored was an own goal from Castello Lecaba in the 27th minute, as it came in from a corner kick from the right hand side from Inter Milan. Everyone missed it, and it just took a bobble just before Castello Lecaba and got the inside of his right foot and went in for the goal. So Inter Milan end up winning this game 1-0. There was a few bookings as well. Not to mention, Marco Rosa was also playing Vigo Gebel, the young 17-year-old, as well. He was playing him out of position. He brought him on for Latrell Gertruda in around about the 80th minute mark. That's just a rough estimate there, but it was late in the piece. And he was playing him out of position for several minutes. My thoughts on that is that Marco Rosa needs to play someone else in that position. Obviously, playing a young lad out of position is also not good for his confidence, and also playing him with just a few minutes in Champions League games is, to me, a waste of talent and also a waste of a substitution. When Osano Drago was injured in around about the 70th minute mark or so, that's when that change should have been made, and Vigo Gebel should have come on for Osano Drago. Now, let me know what your thoughts of this game were down below before I close off the stream this evening. I do thank you all for joining in, even if you're just joining in now as well. Unfortunately, that we had some technical difficulties this evening, so over on YouTube, I had to redo the chat. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of this game and where do you feel that RB Leipzig are heading next. Obviously, it's most likely that we're going to be bowing out of the Champions League even if we win the next 3 games, which is going to be unlikely. But let me know where you think that we're headed and if we'll even get a win before December, or I should say before January. Also, if you're not aware, there is an RB Fans Discord. I'll leave the link up there at the moment as well. That is for all RB Leipzig fans, whether you are speaking English or whether you are speaking German. There are also a German channel chat for those German local supporters as well. There is general chat, which is everything off topic, not to do with the team. And then there is another channel in both English and German. Both channels are. And the other one is for the team. So anything to do with RB Leipzig. If you would like to get involved in the free RBL well, I should say RB Fans Discord channel run by the RBL Talk podcast. The link is up there and is also in the show notes. Before I close off this stream, please let me know what you thought of the coverage, what you thought of the fixture, what you thought of the game, who your best player was, or anything like that. If you don't get in time to watch this, as there's probably around about a 30-second delay, depending on where you are watching this, I do apologize if you can hear planes or anything going around as well, as I've had to turn up the microphone a little bit. You can let me know if you don't get involved with the stream there, as just before I close it off. You're more than welcome to get involved in this week's RBL Talk segment. And the way you do that is by interacting with the podcast on Spotify, over on any social media, which is Twitch or X, or we've got Blue Sky now as well, Mastodon, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, the podcast is on it. And you're more than welcome to get involved with the show that way. As no one has said anything, I'm going to slowly close off this stream. The Inter score the game with win the game with a own goal. That's pretty much the tale of the take today. I would like to thank all the backers and supporters of the show and everyone for joining in this live stream watch along. I've been your host this evening, Justin Crozer, and until next time, bye bye for now.